wants to see a Mopar victory in heat number 2. 23, Johnny Paler from the pole. 1971 Dodge Charger. Alongside of him, car number 9, Brian Blake. Next row inside, 7, Bobby Brent. Alongside of him, 27, Pat Heaney, Mr. Retirement. 29, Dave Thomas inside the next row. 50, Brian Johnstone. Outside, 45, Jimmy Fisher. Car number 84, Bob Jeske. 8 drivers square off for 10 laps of heat race action. Let's see how they'll run as the drivers battle the Dodge Charger pilot, Johnny Paler. Paler in the great Dodge Charger gets a boost from 7, Bobby Brent, as Brent works him over. Heaney goes to second in car 27. Heaney guest driving the Keith Faber machine. Keith injured earlier in the week in an industrial incident. Hopes to be back in the car in a couple of weeks. Right now, Blake out in front of Heaney. Bob Brent works to the inside of Paler's number 23 as they square off for the 3rd spot. For the moment, we'll give the nod to Brent in car number 7 as Heaney is caught the number 9 Brian Blake entry. Jim Fisher with an unscheduled trip through the infield area in car number 45 regains the handle and sets sail for the rest of the field as now 29 Dave Thomas works to the inside of Paler's number 23 Dodge Charger. Thomas will go 4th in car number 29 is 27. And Heaney continues to battle for the top spot. Heaney works to the outside. Blake is on the bottom. Heaney's got a great set coming off corner number 2. Heaney up the backstretch. Nip and tuck down into 3. Great side-by-side action in heat number 2 for the sportsman. Brent has caught the 2 front runners in car number 7. Brent making it a threesome up front. Heaney pulling the pin once again on the back chute, leading Blake down into the corner by a car length or so. Halfway point. Bobby Brent works to the inside of 9 Blake's machine. Now they tangle on the back chute. That leaves the door wide open for Pat Heaney as we have a 2-car incident over in corner number 2 involving 84 Bob Jeske, and I believe it's the number 45 automobile of Jim Fisher. So Fisher and Jeske getting tangled up over in corner number 2 as we had a great battle up front, raging between 27 Pat Heaney, 9 Brian Blake, and 7 Bobby Brent. That'll get the square off for the remaining 4 laps of heat race action here this evening. Well, Pat Heaney, I don't believe has been in a race car, at least on a regular basis, in the last 3-4 years, and he's doing a fine job subbing for Keith Faber here this evening. He's your leader with 6 laps completed of the 10-lap distance. Brian Blake, again, returning to action after several years' absence. Last year was his first full year back in a race car, so several drivers, after hanging up the helmet, temporarily getting back and falling right back into the mainstream of action here on the clay at the Hales Corner Speedway. Bobby Brent in car number 7 continues to pester the 9, driven by Brian Blake. 2 drivers really doing battle for the number 2 spot. Once again, Heaney stretches out the whereabouts saloon, number 27, Monte Carlo. Dave Thomas has made an appearance in the top 4 in car number 29. Thomas now runs 4th, although a distant 4th, as the laps wind down in 10-lap heat race action. 27, Heaney once again out in front. You know, an interesting part of Pat Heaney's love of the sport auto racing is he's the unofficial historian or record keeper of the points here at the Hales Corner Speedway, dating back to, I believe, 1969. Pat's done an awful lot of work as now Brent works the high side, moves around Brian Blake with just 1 lap remaining. A great battle for the number 2 spot. Bobby Brent on the outside, Blake on the bottom, up the back chute, down into 3. There's your battle once again. It's a dandy for the 2nd spot. Heaney will win it handily. Off of corner number 2, Bob Brent zips Brian Blake for the 2nd spot. Dave Thomas finishes a close 4th, in car number 29. And once again, the action wasn't up front, but it was back in the pack as hot and heavy torrid action prevails in Pro Star Sportsman action here this evening. Well, Mr. Retirement picks up a victory. Pat Heaney, the ageless campaigner from New Berlin, Wisconsin, with a win. Let's have a nice big round of applause for Pat in car number 27. He'll pick up a checkered flag of victory from Cozy's at 64th and Main. Again, as I told you, went down there the last night for a fish fry, had their big fish, outstanding. 64th and Main, you're looking for a new place to go on Friday night. Great place. You'll see a lot of the safety team down there, what have you. I enjoy it immensely. Heat number 3.